weekly review of trending stories. If you're a new subscriber or you're watching for the first time, this is Eko Hot Blog weekly review of trending stories, where we bring to you the juiciest and trending stories of the week. Hello viewers, welcome to another wonderful episode of Eko Hot Blog weekly review of trending stories. To all our new subscribers, you all are welcome. This is Eko Hot Blog weekly review of trending stories, where we'll talk about the trending gist of the week across politics, lifestyle, and entertainment. So sit back as I bring you the highlights of this interesting episode. I'm Olayinka Olorunshola. Please come with me. And here are the highlights. Tinubu moves crude oil sales revenue from NNPCL to CBN. Suspected herdsmen kill 2 Ekiti Monarchs, others flee. Lagos government issues quick notice to owners of house illegally converted to clubs, bars, and others. Sanwo-Olu commits to educational advancement in Lagos. Putin confirmed as presidential candidate in Russian election. Yul Edochie holds first online service, narrated how he was called into ministry. Ira Star issues tearful apology after social media backlash for alleged disrespect towards King Sunny Ade. Now let's get into the details of the stories in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the Central Bank of Nigeria to take over the responsibility for crude oil sales from Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The move was to show transparency and accountability, as NNPCL over the years has maintained sole control over crude oil sales and only rendered accounts to the federal government. According to Western Post, under the new arrangement, NNPC will submit receipts for crude oil sales to CBN for vetting and documentation. A source within the CBN confirmed to the news platform that receipt of payment for the oil sales will be forwarded to the Apex Bank with immediate effect. Now, the source added that the new arrangement will block any gap in the crude oil sales and declared receipts. Experts told the news site that this arrangement is opaque, as it makes the NNPC the overall responsibility, rendering whatever amount it wishes to FG for the crude oil sales. They also added that the move is no longer tenable amid declining oil revenue following lower oil production arising from crude theft and other sharp practices. So, my viewers, do you think this is a good move? Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. Three gunmen suspected to be herdsmen have struck in Ekiti state, resulting in the tragic death of 2 traditional rulers. The incident occurred between Okeako and Ipao Ekiti in Ajoni local government area of the state. The victims, identified as the Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti in Oya local government area and the Eleso of Eso Ekiti in Ajoni Ikole local government area, were ambushed by the gunmen while returning from a meeting. According to sources reported by Odua News, another monarch, the Alara of Ara in Ikole LG, narrowly escaped the attack when the armed assailants intercepted their path and attempted to abduct them forcibly. May God in His infinite mercy continue to protect us from these kidnappers, because it is becoming rampant. We don't even know where this is going to happen next again. Can you imagine? Two monarchs at the same time. Lagos government has given 30-day final notice to the owners and occupiers of residential buildings illegally converted to churches, mosques, clubhouses, lounge and bars across the state without approval for change of use to revert to the original use of the structure. The General Manager, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Bolawo Owodunioki, who issued the notice recently, said the order applies to all structures used for the aforementioned purposes located within residential areas and without requisite permit from relevant authorities. Oki noted that the notice is a sequel to the distortion of the master plan of Lagos State, especially residential areas, by some people who, in gross disregard to the regulatory provisions of the law, turned residential areas into clubhouses and worship centers, thereby constituting a nuisance to the environment. He further noted that the removal notice became imperative following security concerns of citizens and repeated complaints of non-adherence to safety and security guidelines issued to the club owners. Oki stated that any owner of buildings in residential areas that have been converted to churches, mosques, club, bars, or lounges without the requisite approval should evict such occupants before the expiration of the 30 days final notice, as the state will not give further notice of sealing but outright removal of such non-conforming buildings at the cost of the owners. Oki averred that residents of areas designated as residential places, especially the elderly in the Lekki Axis and its environs, have repeatedly called on the state government to save their souls following the adverse effects of the conversion of property in the area to churches, mosques, bars, clubs, and lounges is having on their health and security in the area. He advised property owners to take this notice with the seriousness it deserves, as nobody will be spared in the effort to sanitize the state in line with Africa's model megacity status vision of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. So there you have it. For those who have their houses converted into churches, bars, lounges, hotels, and all of that, you have just 30 days notice given by the government. So it's better you comply now, so you don't come back to start saying the government is this, the government is that, because there won't be any sealing notice. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reiterated his commitment to the educational sector in the state. The governor revealed this commitment via his official X handle following a meeting with the Teach for Nigeria fellows at the Adeyemi Bero Auditorium Secretariat alongside Ikeja. In his statement, Sanwo-Olu emphasized that the strides we are making with the education in Lagos can only be achieved because education remains a top priority for our administration. He said that the initiative aims to foster comprehensive engagement with the Teach for Nigeria model, ensuring the effective implementation of its principle within the Lagos educational landscape. Sanwo-Olu elaborated on the administration's proactive step in recruiting 275 fellows through the Teach for Nigeria initiative across the state, stating that the primary objective is to address educational inequalities and guarantee that no child is left behind in accessing quality education. As you all know, when it comes to education, no child is left behind. Russia has formally acknowledged Vladimir Putin as a contender for the presidential election scheduled for March, a contest in which he is highly expected to emerge victorious. At 71 years old, Putin has been at the helm of Russia since the beginning of the 21st century, securing victory in 4 presidential elections and briefly holding the position of prime minister. In Russia's political landscape, opposition has virtually ceased to exist. The Central Election Commission announced the registration of Putin, who nominated himself along with the right-wing figure and Putin loyalists noted as candidate for the upcoming votes. Scheduled from March 15 to 17, the election will span 3 days, a decision criticized by Kremlin opponents who argue that it complicates ensuring transparency. Nonetheless, whether he will be permitted to participate remains uncertain, with the Kremlin dismissing him as a viable contender. Nollywood actor Yul Edochie, who recently launched his online ministry, conducted the inaugural church service on his YouTube channel, True Salvation Ministry. During the virtual gathering held on Sunday, Yul delved into his spiritual journey, sharing his divine calling and the moment he felt God's direct guidance. Reflecting on instances where others recognized his potential for ministry, he revealed that a life-altering car accident on the Ore Road was a turning point that led him to fully embrace his calling. Following a narrow escape from a fatal outcome, Yul described transformative experience where a compelling voice urged him to dedicate his life to serving God and humanity. This revelation marked the beginning of his second life, distinct from his previous pursuits. Despite initially aiming for a physical church with a sizable congregation, Yul disclosed that God intervened, guiding him to start humbly and utilize the resources at his disposal. Now listen to what he said. As far back as 2012-2013, I'll meet a couple of men of God, pastors, and they will always tell me that you are destined to be a minister of God. You can't run away from it. You are going to be a minister. Yul Edochie announced last week the launch of his Christian program, True Salvation Ministry, on YouTube, where he will deliver sermons. This is truly a year of no grief for anybody, because what? Yul Edochie now has a new ministry. He's now a man of God. Well, let me know what you think about this his new ministry in the comment section. In a recent turn of events, Nigerian singer Oyinkansola Aderibigbe, popularly known as Ayra Starr, has issued a public apology for an online uproar over an incident involving legendary juju music icon Sunny Ade. The controversy sparked when a viral video surfaced showing Ayra Starr shaking hands with King Sunny Ade while standing, a gesture that some social media users deemed disrespectful towards the septuagenarian music legend. In a heartfelt apology posted on her official Twitter handle, Ayra Starr expressed remorse and explained the circumstances surrounding the incident. She said, "I am so sorry. I had just walked in and all the lights and nerves didn't let me see. But I'm back around to greet everyone properly. I have never been that girl to be disrespectful. I'm a proper Yoruba girl, and the video didn't start until after I had greeted Burna Boy's mom. I am very sorry to the legend, Uncle King Sunny Ade," accompanied by tearful emojis. However, not all social media users were satisfied with Ayra Starr's apology. Some pointed out that she referred to King Sunny Ade as uncle, suggesting that his term may still be perceived as lacking the appropriate level of respect for a seasoned icon like King Sunny Ade. The controversy has ignited a broader discussion about the proper way to show respect to musical legends and elders in the industry. Some users pointed to examples of other artists such as Wizkid, who have demonstrated profound respect by adopting more traditional forms of greeting, like Wizkid laying down flat to greet King Sunny Ade. As the online discourse continues, it remains to be seen whether Ayra Starr's apology will quell the controversy or if further discussions on cultural respect in the music industry will emerge. Social media parents are at it again, but this time they are right. Because why would you even stretch your hand to greet an elderly person? Man, that was wrong. Fine, she came out to apologize that she's not a disrespectful girl and she's a conky Yoruba girl. But then you made another mistake saying King Sunny Ade, who is a father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, is an uncle. I mean, viewers, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you very much, my wonderful viewers, for joining me on this exciting episode of Eko Hot Blog weekly review of trending stories. Let me know what you think on each of the stories in the comment section, and feel free to give our video a thumbs up. If you're yet to follow us across all of our social media platforms, please do that now. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button now so you get notified whenever we have new interesting videos for your viewing. Thank you very much again. Until I come your way next time, please stay safe. I am Olayinka Olorunshola. Bye for now.